All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. If you aren't aware or don't watch, we have a podcast called the Workbench After Hours Podcast where we try different whiskey every week. And this was one of them, George Dickel Barrel Select.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. It was one of the first ones. I know when we started the podcast, we were just drinking whiskey and weren't
Really,
tasting them.
Yeah.
And then we were like, all right, we should try a different one each week. We kind of, whoa. All right. We weren't really doing like the tasting notes. We just said, oh, this is good.
Good, and we wouldn't try it neat.
Yeah, we just went on ice. So now that we actually have 65 weeks or episodes of drinking whiskey and trying all sorts of different types, we kind of want to revisit this one because one, it's a lower proof. We're getting to the point to where we are starting to like higher proof stuff.
Yeah.
And things that are more complex. And one of the bourbon channels that I watch, I think you do too.
Yeah.
kind of bashed George Dickel, and I was like, man, I remember liking that.
Yeah, I know we tried, I think it was their single barrel. We really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we tried another one and it was hard for us to do. So
yeah, there's some that weren't good. That one that we tried, I can't remember which one it was.
I can't either.
But this one we liked.
Yeah.
It was on a podcast with our guest Joe that was on there, and we liked it. So I wanted to, instead of making an actual episode with this, because we want to try, I have so many whiskeys that we picked up from our trip back from Florida and Tennessee and Kentucky and just a bunch of other stuff. So I don't want to have another repeat on there. But so I thought I'd do a small little episode of us trying this and seeing if we still like it now that our palates are a little more advanced than they were
back in the day.
Yes. So we have kind of the tasting notes pulled up, but before we actually look at that, what we should be tasting, we're going to see if we can figure it
anything.
out. Yeah. So we're going to try it neat out of these little snifter glasses. So if you've ever had Jack Daniels, they do that
charcoal mellowing.
Yes.
And that's what they do. I think that's a Tennessee
thing.
That's how they do it.
George Dickel is not too far from Lynchburg.
No.
When I was heading to Nashville from Chattanooga, I thought about going and stopping there. But the bad thing about where these places are they're not easy to get to because you're taking these back windy roads to get to, which is cool. But when you're on a timeline, it's kind of hard to get going. But yeah, George Dickel you can find everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But it kind of reminds me of just the smelling a little bit of Jack Daniels.
It does have that Jack Daniels like flavors on the smell.
Getting like some vanilla caramel.
Yep.
And then you get your spices.
Yeah.
And this is a lower proof than what we have been drinking recently. We tried a 116.8 proof whiskey not too long ago.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of hundreds and up lately, it seems like.
Yes.
So even there was that Uncle Nearest one we tried. It was a lower proof, but man, it had the taste and the profile of a higher proof than what it was.
Yes. So this being lower proof, it should be a little smoother. Definitely getting the vanilla caramel.
Yeah, and you get the spice on the back end. Oh no.
Maybe like a little fruity or something. Yeah, after it kind of sits on your palate, then you kind of feel it kind of burn in the chest area a little bit.
Yeah, it's got like a woodsy like fruit almost.
Right. So we should be getting, it says, tasting notes, a perfectly balanced, a delicate taste with floral notes and hints of vanilla and spice. So that they don't even mention anything about caramel.
No, but you definitely get it.
Yeah.
This is a small batch barrel select, so that means they handpicked it.
Right.
And I wish they would tell you. They always say, oh, this is hand select or barrel select, but they don't tell you how many they select.
Right.
That'd be so nice if they could tell you that.
And it says at least 9 years aged.
Yeah.
They don't give you a specific number. Yeah. And that might be because it is several different barrels. Yeah, I really wish it would, because Jack Daniels, they use 300 barrels.
Yeah, for just plain old number 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're doing a small barrel
or a small batch.
Yeah. What is that? Is that 10, 20,
100,
100? Who knows? And
1,000.
it
Yeah.
depends on the size of the distiller too. So if it's like some small mom and pop place, probably 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't specify, and it's at least age 9 years.
Yeah.
One thing I'm kind of it's not as complex as some of the most recent things. I wish we would have tried it neat when we originally tried it.
I mean, it's not bad. It reminds me a little bit of Jack Daniels.
A little bit.
Like,
Yeah. Because you get they with that
yep.
charcoal
Yeah.
filtering, that's
And on the back end, you get the spice just like Jack does.
uh-huh.
I get more, I don't get really a lot of vanilla. I get more of the caramel.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked they don't even have that in their tasting notes.
Yeah. And I think this retails at where we're at in Kansas City about $40.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So pretty, and I've seen it most places I've gone to anyway. They had it in Tennessee, obviously Kentucky. I think they had it down in Florida when I was there. So you can find this pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not bad,
it's,
but I don't know.
yeah, I just,
For $40, I feel like I can go and get a Jack Daniel's single barrel that probably tastes better than that.
yes. And we've recently tried Russell's Reserve 10 year.
Oh my gosh.
That's really good. I
And
actually had some last
yeah.
night. It was, I don't know. It's just, I'm to the point to where I like the more complex flavors.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that way too.
And you kind of start to find that in higher proof stuff too, as well.
Yep.
I know when we first started trying whiskeys, you didn't like Rise.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. Just all the spice and the heat it usually brought, but I'm slowly been getting better about them, and they're actually becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah, ever since you had that Whistle Pig 10 year.
Yeah,
right?
I know. It changed me.
It did. And then we had the Jack Daniel's Rye, and that was pretty good.
Yep.
So I'm going to pour this on ice just to kind of see
If it changes.
Yeah, what it changes, because I know we did try this on ice the first time.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that it was or is a lower proof, that's kind of why we did like it.
Yeah, it probably took away that heat that we're
Yeah, and
really used to back then.
Not a whole lot of complexity to it. So,
Yeah. We've noticed that a lot. Put it on ice, the heat goes away, and usually a lot of that spice flavoring.
yeah, the heat on the back end's
Yeah, harsh.
kind of gone now with that. Still getting I mean, it's an easy drinker, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're somebody that's kind of not where we're at and you're trying to get into whiskey or things like that, this would probably be a good starter, I would say.
See, once we put it on ice too, I get more of that vanilla now. I don't get as
Yeah,
that I wasn't getting before.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of vanilla caramel and spices.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, you definitely can pick it up now once it's on ice. That's
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. But
it's not bad. Like I'd probably still buy the Russells because it's cheaper.
yeah, would I go out of my way to buy another bottle of this?
Maybe just have it on the shelf.
Yeah, it's nice to have it in the collection. As you can see behind us, we have some on that shelf, and the shelf over here, my collection has overflowed to our basement. But I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I don't want to say okay. It's good. But I'm kind of disappointed, I guess, because I remember really liking it, but now I'm to the point to where I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah, but didn't we have a couple of drinks before we had it though too?
Probably.
So
yeah,
that might have played a little bit into the opinion.
But it's an easy sipper. So if it's something that I want to not necessarily sit there and want to get a bunch of different flavors from, but just casually have a conversation with people, or just maybe with a cigar, something like that, it'd be good for that.
Yep.
I don't know if it'd be good for, say, mixing with Coke or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It might be with that vanilla, because Jack Daniels, because of their vanilla notes, go well with Coke.
Yep. It probably would be really good with Coke. I guarantee it would.
It would. But at the same time, do you want to mix a $40 whiskey?
I don't know, because I kind of screwed up this last week. I went to J. Alexander's, and I was like, hey, I want an old fashioned. And he's like, well, what type of whiskey you want? I was like, I don't know. He started listing them, and he listed Blanton's. And immediately I went to Blanton's. I was like, fuck, I should not have gotten an old fashioned with Blanton's in it. Yep. It was really good. And then like after I was done with my old fashioned, I was like, can I just get Blanton's on the rocks? And he's like, yeah, sure. So
yeah, we're to the point to where we specifically drink whiskey on the
Yeah.
rocks now. I don't drink beer at all, really. It's just
Yeah. I didn't know they had it because they didn't really have their like whiskey menu.
mhm.
So I was like, I don't know, can I get it just straight on the rocks or not? So I asked after I had my old fashioned.
I I bet you it was good in an old
Oh,
fashioned
it was
though.
great. I was like, man, this is really, really good.
Probably one of the more expensive old fashions that you've had
Yeah, it
or
was an
will ever have.
$18. It was $18 for that, and then the plain bland was $18. So I think they just charged me for the blands.
That's crazy.
So I pretty much drank half a bottle of MSRP wise
Yeah.
on two little drinks.
They have Blanton's at Scissors and Scotch where I go to get my haircut, and they want 17 for
Yeah,
a shot of it.
it's crazy.
I had, and we haven't been able to find it yet, but I have had Rare Eagle, which
Yeah.
is Buffalo Trace 2, at a restaurant, and I think they were like about $18 for it. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't had this before. I got it neat. Really good.
Yeah. I don't know. Buffalo Trace, I love most of their stuff.
Mm.
I just wish it was available to us.
Yes. Did you see Blanton's is coming out with this other one? It's like this black
Yeah.
version, and I think it was like $2,000.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. Nope, I can't afford that.
Kind of
But
over it. There's so many better whiskeys
yeah.
in that price range, or even cheaper. That
Yep.
no,
Even buying it like second or third hand, it's like it's not even worth it. MSRP, yeah, it's kind of worth it at that point.
yep, 65. I think $65 is
Yeah.
about MSRP for Blanton's.
Yeah, anything really over that, I'm like, I can't justify it.
If you're into collecting whiskeys and just want to have, because it is a cool bottle to have on your shelf and kind of show off.
Yeah.
I don't think I would pay more than probably say 120
Yeah, I would.
in it, and that's like,
I don't think I'd even go over 100.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, but it's not
Yeah. For $100, there's so much other
for
things.
$100. I'd rather buy another bottle of Whistle Pig 10-year
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
So
That or I'd buy my Jack Daniels number 27.
mhm.
So
Or
yeah.
spend some extra money and buy the
Jack Daniels Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
yeah. That's
If
really
I could
good.
find it. But
When are we gonna have that on the podcast, Chris?
I don't know. I got it. It's open.
You have the open bottle.
I know.
Maybe for 75 or something.
Yeah, maybe. That or 100.
Oh, I gotta wait until 100.
Yeah, might as
Oh,
well.
man. Whew.
Make it worthwhile.
Yeah. So this is good,
Yeah.
but again, like if I were to just want to sip on a whiskey right now, I probably would pour the Russell's Reserve 10-year.
Oh yeah. All day.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I would give this to somebody that's more beginner or maybe trying to get into whiskey.
That or someone that's never really had like a single barrel maybe.
Yeah.
To try.
You think it's worth the $40 price tag?
Not really. Because I could get Jack Daniels, and I think Jack Daniels single barrel or barrel select is better than that. And you can get it for about the same price.
I would almost say that I like Gentleman Jack better than this.
Yeah. I could see that.
And it's about 32
Yep. To
bucks
35
here. It
sometimes. Yeah.
fluctuates, but yeah, about 32, 35 bucks. It's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
There's just something about Jack Daniels that I really like.
I know. Like I think this last week, I haven't had a drink in a while. I ran downstairs, single barrel, just put it on the rocks, drank it at night.
Yep.
It was a good night topper.
We need to feature that on the podcast because I went back and looked. The day we tried Blanton's, we also tried the single barrel select. And we didn't, that was back when we're like, oh yeah, this is good. I like it. And moved on.
Yep.
And didn't try it neat or anything. So, and then I think we ended up trying that too after we tried Blanton's.
Yeah.
So,
And that one's a little bit more with the proof too.
oh yeah.
It's
So I think
13.
maybe this next one
Okay.
because it's open. So
Yep.
maybe Friday. Hey, because Friday's episode will be St. Patty's Day.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
So there you go. Cool. Well, we just wanted to keep this short and sweet. I know it's a live stream, but we weren't expecting anybody to jump on because it was a last minute thing.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to record a podcast for our second channel, Shotgun Studio podcast, kind of about equipment and stuff like that. But if you guys kind of like the whiskey reviews and kind of what we think, and then also kind of like gun stuff, check out our Workbench After Hours podcast. We kind of spend the whole first, I don't know, probably 10, 15 minutes
yeah.
on the whiskey. And then we get into kind of the topics that we got for that week. So even if you just want to come for the whiskey part, see what we're trying each week, check it out, Workbench After Hours on this channel here. And
Yeah. Also, we did have one just on whiskey and bourbon of our favorite top 5, I believe we did.
Yes.
So check that out too if you're interested in whiskeys or bourbons and kind
Yeah.
of see what your your experience is with it, and if you agree or disagree with us, and maybe why. And
Yeah, because I know my top 5 now is different than what it would have been, say, a year ago,
oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
And I'm
easy.
sure, a year from now, it's gonna change too.
Yep.
Because we have found out that from the 30 to probably $60 price range, there's a lot more better whiskey that you
Oh
can
yeah,
get than, say, under $30.
yeah. It's crazy.
So we went top 5, price doesn't matter, and then
Like budget friendly, like what under 30 for like beginnings or
yep,
whatnot.
yep.
So
We also got an episode on bottled and bond and what that means.
yeah,
Because, when I was first looking at whiskey, I would see that and didn't know what the hell that meant. So we have an episode kind of
dedicated to that.
dedicated to that. We got several bottles that were on the table, and I think we tried early times for that
Yep.
one, which is actually really good for a liter bottle, about $25.
Yep.
That stuff's really good.
Yeah.
And again, I would almost take that over this.
I'd have to go back and try it again. I mean,
I think it
just
was
for the price of this, I would have expected more.
yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say
yeah,
because it's a barrel select, small batch. I had a little bit higher
yeah.
hopes.
So now when I go back and watch that SLB drinks episode, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I like it, but $40, I think it's a little steep.
yeah.
And now we're to the point to where there's quite a few other stuff that we like at this price point too. That's better.
I think I would even take Evan Williams small batch over that.
Really?
I believe so.
All right.
Yeah,
I can see that.
and it's $25.
20, $25. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We have Evan Williams single barrel back there that I picked up in Paducah, Kentucky. We need to try too.
yeah. I just know that small batch was phenomenal for the price.
Yes. Cool.
So
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and check out the Workbench After Hours podcast. A new episode comes out every Friday.
have a good one.